Ooh. All right. Just give me a moment. I'm just getting everything set up. Ooh. I'll be right back. That cat is talking away, isn't it? Oh my, okay. Let me just get some of this stuff hooked up correctly. All this thing falling over. There we go. All right. Oh wait, actually, one last thing. Hold on. Back. Ooh, okay. Cool. So let's go ahead and start the stream. Let me open up my workspace. Figure out what I'm doing. Oh yeah, let me pull up my what is it called? Progress board. That's what I was looking for. This one. Okay. And then again, if anyone's curious, I have a link to the progress board on my Twitch. But if you're looking for my repo, you can go to my repositories. You can go to Cargano. And then you can just go straight to projects. And this should show up for you. So let's see, last time we worked on project components and we got them working in the scripts. I dealt with some bugs last time, and then I believe I started adding a few engine components. So those are the OnUpdate and OnCreate components. So I think I'm going to continue doing that right now. And then once those are done, I should have everything ready where I can start removing the previous system. So let me just show you guys real quick what I'm talking about, just so we're on the same page. Okay. Whoa. Okay, I need to deal with that in a second, actually. Gotta deal with that in a second. Okay, So what we did last time is we're able to edit these components, right? So if I open up this component, you can see that it has a total health, generation rates, a random value, and then a test field, right? And then this component can be added to any of these entities. So if I went over to, I believe player 1 has this component. So if I go down, I go to health, and then this player has particular values for each of these fields, right? And then I can edit them, and then I can see those changes reflected in the code. So if I, modify this to 27, I believe I have some code already in my scripts right now. Go ahead and open that up too. I think it's player 1. On updates. Yeah. Okay, so here we're logging. So we're sending this text to the console, right? And then this text is going to be the string version of the total health, which is a float. So it's going to output it as a float. And it's also going to output the regeneration rate, and then we're going to increment the regeneration rate. So you should see that all happening in the console. So let's go ahead and start it. Oh, that's loud. Turn that down, jeez. Okay. I believe right now it should be, yep, there we go. Cool. So it looks like that's working. So you can see every on update for player 1, right? It's printing the current value of the total health, which, oh, is 23% reason. Oh wait, I know why. Because I didn't say the scene. Try that again. Oh wait, and it's stuck because of the console. There we go. So let's save and then open this up again. That's so slow actually. Oh, it's because it's outputting to the console a lot, so it's probably... Yeah, okay, yeah. Can't believe the output in the console is taking up so much frame time. Is it really? That's surprising. I don't think I'm moving any big assets or anything, I'm just logging. Well, I don't know. Anyways, you can see that this now says 27, right? This is the value that's reflected, and then we're incrementing this regeneration rate, so you can see it's up to 705 now, right? That was running for a while. So yeah, we have project components, they're work in the scripts now. So the next thing is I'm trying to replace oh, not this, sorry. Here we go. I'm trying to replace this. So these data parts of this I can definitely already replace using these components. But this part where we have OnCollisionStart, OnCollisionEnd, right? I need to be able to still access these, and also the OnCreate and OnUpdate. So currently what I'm doing is I'm creating a component, an engine component, that's an OnUpdate that can be added to any entity, and as well as an OnCreate component. And then this OnCollisionStart, OnCollisionEnd, I'm adding to the rigid body component, right? And I believe they're already available. I've already added them as a thing. So if I go to this player and I go add components, or okay, I guess not. Yeah, that's probably a UI specific thing. So that's what I'm doing with right now. So as far as we're at right now, the OnUpdate, OnCreate components are available in the engine. They do already exist. You can save them and deserialize them from particular entities. So the last step is just to provide them to the UI, right? So let's go take a look at that right now. And you know what, let me go ahead and keep myself sane here. So what am I doing? Just give me a moment. Okay. Let's go check it out. Oh, yeah, and then I keep bringing up pause these things every time I do that. Alright, so let's go check. So we're going to be dealing in the scene editor panel. I have initialization functions for each component type, And then when I initialize the scene hierarchy panel itself, the first thing I need to find is add component. Okay, and that's why I wasn't showing up, because I have these specifically written in like this, right? So the first thing I should add is this part where you're able to modify them, right? So we have a header, sure, and that's like the collapsing header you see in the UI. And then here are just all the widgets, all the options provided for each widget. For this one allows you to select a different class. This one allows you to modify the instance fields inside of the class. And then these allow you to edit a particular field inside the class, right? So we don't need pretty much any of this. Actually, the main thing we're going to need is just a collapsing header and probably a select option for the updates, for the OnUpdate. So let me head back up to the header file really quick. And I'm going to create a new initialization. I call it void initialize OnUpdate component. And while I'm here, I might as well add an OnCreate component. And I also need to add the widgets themselves. So let's go over here and you know what, let me go drop this temporary code over here really quick. I'll head over here. Let's see. Okay, so let's make a new one right here. As good as place in it. As good of a place as any. So OnUpdate components, and then we need the header, and then pretty much everything else here is not relevant. We need a select option. Let's see if we have one. Here we go. Okay, and this is going to let us select a script to attach to the OnUpdate if we have one, right? Okay, and then we're going to do OnUpdate header and select OnUpdate scripts. I'll just go with that. I don't know. And then let's go ahead and duplicate this out. And we also want to do it for OnCreate. All right, so now these do exist, which is cool. Where was I at? Oh yeah, here. Okay. Okay, so now I just need to fill these out so I can initialize these widgets. So these are essentially the way you set up widgets for my UI system is you initialize them, right? Over here, right? And they become part of this panel. And then on the, I believe it's the constructor. So scene editor panel. There we go. Yeah, so on the constructor of this panel, right, you call all these initialize functions, which just set the data once, and then when we're running the OnUpdate, we just use that header, and then we run the function using that spec, right? So we initialize the spec through here, and then here we run the function with its respective spec. So here I'm just writing the code to go ahead and initialize the spec. So let's go ahead and do that. Do OnUpdate and be the title of it. I believe I don't put component after. Yeah, I think I don't do that. So just OnUpdates. This is fine. Yep, same. I do want to remove the components. This I'm gonna go ahead and. Why is this? I hate when Visual Studio does this. Okay. But I guess it is what it is. I'll come back to that in a second. Let me put a to do here. Do graphics, please. All right, and then the select option we're going to do on update script. Definitely indented. The initial option is going to be empty, sure. And then we add a clear option. Oh, yeah, and we don't want this to be so. This is a little class instance header, that would have been a bug. On update header. Copying and pasting code, safest thing to do. And then here we're going to do select on update. I think I got rid of the option. Is this really it? I don't... No, wait, I think I did something else. Hold on. Select on update script. Select on update script. Oh, right. Script. There we go. Update. Okay, same. This one. I'll just copy this. Okay. And I'm definitely doing entity class no more, so yeet that out of here. We're going to do get script. Do I want to get script registry? Yeah, I don't want the cache, I want the registry so I can get every single script. Okay, so this will get all of the scripts active inside of my current project, right? I don't know why it's, oh, okay, I was like, why is it throwing error? And then here it looks like I provide each option for the entity class as simple string, but I think I have a particular way I usually display scripts. Let me see if I have an example in here somewhere. Let's say that's it. Where else do I attach scripts? Oh, in the input mode panel. I do that. I do that at the header, probably the keyboard screen. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, keyboard. So then let's go down to scripts. So this is the on refresh, and then keyboard bindings, get script handle. Okay. Okay, so I'm just trying to understand this too. Script handle is equal to assets. This is for a table though. This isn't for like a select option. But it looks like we do a for loop over the bindings. Oh, this is for the bindings, sure. So no, wait. I want to add scripts. Where's the add script? Where's the add scripts location? Why am I doing script cache? That's so odd. I should be doing registry. Should I change that right now? No, I think it's fine for now. So if, oh yeah, and then there's this monstrosity of code. I'm getting rid of this whole script type class. So right now I have an enum for the different script types. I have like engine, class, global. I'm getting rid of class. I hate it so much. So I'm just gonna have engine versus SA project. So you have like project scripts, the one you make, and then engine scripts are the ones that I provide, right? And then get rid of this class nonsense. Visual Studio, you got it. I believe in you. Yeah, I think it's fine though. I'll go back. Okay, so I don't even want to do this class thing anymore, honestly. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to do this. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Yeah, it looks like it runs through the current script cache, and then it checks whether it is the correct function prototype. And then if it is the correct function prototype, it provides it as an option for this sort of socket, this location where you want to add a script. So yeah, I'm going to steal this. This music is groovy, man. And I don't need this distinction anymore, because at some point later, when I get rid of classes, all there is going to be is engine scripts and, well, I suppose not global project, but yeah. So this time we don't have a script, so we want to do, yeah, I prefer to do registry, because this always gives you the entire script registry, everything in it. The in-memory cache does not necessarily do that for you. Okay, so you want to do, what are these again? The ref, oh yeah, ref. Do a scripting. Good. Scripts is equal to assets. What's up? Asset service. And then we want to get the actual script reference here. And then we just provide the handle. And then we should assert, because in no case where you have the handle and we provide this, should it, or in no case when you actually do this on, like when you as like a game designer are working with it, there's no case where this script should be invalid. Well, let's go ahead and assert that. If that's the case, that's my bad. I should be alerted of that. And then, oh, you know what? Let me make it script really quick. Is it a void none or a void float? That's a good question. Oh yeah, I think I handle those together. What is going on? Why are you yelling at me? What I do? What? Okay, I don't know. Oh, whatever. So yeah, I think this is fine. You can call either, if you're calling it on update, you can call it with either a void none or a void float, right? Because if you're calling it on update, you do want to have the delta time, and it will provide it. But in my API, you can also just do a void none, and it will just call the function just without the delta time. It won't provide it, but you can still run the function however you want. And so I think that's fine. So if it's not one of these two, then go ahead and continue. And yeah, I don't know what this is. What we want, select on update scripts. Okay, and we're almost done with this. So once I get this loaded in, we can see it working. Add options. UUID. Oh, okay, UUID. So I don't call it UUID, I call it handle here. But yeah, we have the section label, the name. I suppose I can keep doing that. And then something about all options, something, what? Oh, this was the previous one, right? So no, I'm good here. Okay, so I added to the options after the for loop, and then so we clear, add the empty one, add all the scripts. And then I think that's it. So the only other thing, or other few things, what is going on here? Did I do something? Why? There's gotta be like a missing... There's a missing something here. Must have deleted a bracket somewhere. Oh my. Curly. Where is it? The error is appearing right here, so we have this struct here. Why do you not know what assets are? Error type. What did I do? I mean, I know this isn't going to compile, but alright, self-imposed bug time. Let's see. I guess all bugs in this context are self-imposed, but these type of bugs really hurt. This is so silly. What's wrong? Imagine it compiles. I'd be so annoyed if it's just the linter. No, it shouldn't be. Usually, like, there's an error and then this happens, or everything else past it is. Why is assets in particular having an issue? Because I know they're fine up here. I'm gonna get some water really quick. I'm gonna be right back. I'll wait for it to compile. Really? What? Hold on. Sorry, like... Visual Studio, what are you doing? What is this? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna reload Visual Studio. It really is linter, isn't it? Wow. Visual Studio is like, don't make projects this big. What's wrong with you? Oh, heyo. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. You're the first person here. I'm just getting mad at Visual Studio linter, I guess. Okay, but now it's fine, so never mind. Ooh, I'll deal with that in a second. Not well. Yeah, I mean, I am taking a lot of like notes from different engines, for sure. I'm kind of focusing on 2D right now. I can give you a walkthrough of like what is currently exists in it. So, I mean, you have a basic viewport, right? It is 3D in like your movement and everything. Currently I only have these like quads, right? For like making games or whatever, or like rendering the game. You can put 3D shapes. I just have like different static meshes. But nothing complex. They're not treated as assets yet. So I just have them hard-coded inside the engine. You have a content browser, you know, all the typical things you'd think from a content browser, right? So, this asset, the way I have this like organized with audio entity fonts, I don't plan on having it enforced like this, so you can just make it however you want, right? But as of right now, that's just kind of how it landed for me. You do have a scene graph, right? And this engine uses an ECS system. That's what I'm currently actually working on right now. I use like a C++ library for the backend ECS. It's called Ent. And yeah, I provide, you know, just different components. You can add them however you want. And then right now I'm just adding like project specific components, so that like, say if you want to add like a health component, like me as the engine designer, I wouldn't like have the foresight to know that you want a health component, so you can add them as an asset, right? Oh yeah, this is Lime GUI for sure. Yeah, I edited it a lot into my own little like library, and my library does kind of go like against the whole like immediate mode thing that OnGui does, but I mean, whatever. I like storing the data in the widgets themselves and then like just updating the state here, so I can kind of have like a cache, you know, because immediate mode, like certain things are really hard to do with it, right? Depending on like, yeah, it just depends on the use case, right? But yeah, this is all I'm GUI. A lot of these just like, this is like a whole widget that I write, and this is a whole widget, and then this is a whole widget. You know what I'm saying? I did an overhaul of it a few, like I think 2 months ago. So I think I like the way the colors came out. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing crazy. I'm not trying to compete with any like big engines. I'm just trying to make it for myself, and then maybe make a game. You know, I'll see. But the whole thing is open source, so if you go in the description, like I do have the whole thing there. Like you can take a look. Like I don't care, you know. I don't ever plan on like selling the engine. I just want to make games. Is there a way to like build the project, or is it engine only? So yeah, there is. You can actually fully export, like import and import, blah. You can create a project and then you can fully export it. Currently, I just support Windows. I have been working on getting Linux working because I want to get it to work with Emscripten, because I know that the compiler for, or Emscripten is like for web development. Like it like takes the C++ code and cross compiles it into JavaScript, right? What is it? So I plan on getting Linux working for that, right? But anyways, yeah, so I can kind of show you that. If I close out the project, if I open it back up, I can generate a new project, right? I'm not gonna do that right now. It works, but I just don't want to have an extra one on my system right now. But yeah, if you open it up and then you can go to, don't mind this, I'm just working on something. You can go to File and you can do Export Project. And then right now you can optionally, what is it? Create a server along with the runtime executable. So it does support networking. It's not great by any means, but it is there. I use the Azio library. So it's just like basic sockets and everything. But yeah, if you can specify the location where you want to put this directory, you can, the server will get generated with it, and then it takes a few minutes because it recompiles the code, but I'm kind of fine with it as long as it generates by itself. Yeah, like it's almost there. I just want to make Pong. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to get like a game working first, and I'm gonna do all the complex graphic stuff later. Because I see people do like the opposite way. They usually kind of focus in on like kind of crazy stuff first, and then they hone in on making a game. And I get it. I did that a little bit too before, but I just want to make a game first. For scripting, so basically I have my own scripting system. I have my own language, and I know like hearing that it's like, why is he making his own language? Like, what? But like, if you hear me out, like it's pretty like it's a pretty simple language, like in my opinion, right? It's like purpose built specifically for this, so you can edit scripts directly here. So I have a text editor. I have full like linting support. I wrote my own compiler for it, so like any like edits here like can interact directly with the compiler, so I have like full control of it. And basically like this language, it takes it, it compiles it down, and then turns it into C++, right? And that C++ gets put together in one big DLL module, and that DLL gets like hot reloaded in and out with the main engine, right? So you can hot reload scripts whenever you want, right? So that's kind of like a few systems that I kind of put together, kind of like MacGyvered, I guess. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty fully featured. I still have a little bit of bugs to deal with it because I just kind of like got it fully in. But yeah, you can see right now I'm working on the project components where like it shows up here. So this health component. So this is like an entity, right? And then if you specify this entity, you can get access to its health components. And then if you specify within this health component, if you look inside of the components, I have fields. So I have like total health. This is a float. So if I do total health, right, this will give you access to its data, right? And then you can set it, you can get it, you know. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with this right now. And there's a bunch of other like features and functions you can call that all like affect the engine in different ways. So I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I don't know. I can go into it if you want me to, but it's a lot of random things. Like it has audio. Like yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I know it's like. Yeah, it's a bit of a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I was writing this engine by myself for like a year and a half or so, and I figured, okay, at some point I need to start like showing this to people, you know, because I feel like I've just been talking to my girlfriend for like like talking to my girlfriend about it, and she just kind of has like a glazed look in her eye. She's like, what are you talking about? And I know what she means well, but like, yo, like calm down. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much most of the features at this point though. So I want to get Pong done, and then I think I'm going to make a few like different 80s style games. And then after that, that'll be kind of like my stress test for the engine, and then after that I can kind of like do crazier things like I actually am thinking about, right? So I use the MSVC compiler. Like I'll say this before I show it to you. So I use the MSVC compiler, the one that goes with Visual Studio, right? So basically, how do I say that? You know what? Yeah, maybe I'll just show you because I low-key don't remember actually. Where do I do that? I think I do that in projects. Let me go see. Projects. Where's the project service? Probably project service. Yep, definitely project service. Export project. Here we go. This is the private build executable. So this is what you would call if you're building it externally. So I have a little like info thing. So let's see. So if you want to build it, like at some point I do want to make a release. It's just not ready for like being released as like an exe yet. I want to make some games first before I can say like, okay, I can release it. But if you wanted to make it, I can show it to you in a second. I have build scripts for it, so you just download, if you have Visual Studio, right? You just need to get Visual Studio, and you need to get like the Vulkan SDKs. Oh, the music, no. Those are the two main requirements, and then you just download it off of Git, and then I have build scripts that will make the Visual Studio project files for you. And then after that, you just build it and you're good. All the other dependencies, I already have them like I just put them directly into the Git directory, so you don't have to worry about that. But anyway, so oh yeah. So I was actually thinking later, because I use the MSVC compiler right now because it was just the easiest thing for me to deal with. But once I get Linux working, I do want to switch my compiler over to Clang, and then I think that'll be much easier to like move around and whatnot. And yeah, like if I'm releasing the editor, I'm just gonna release it as its own like just straight up binary, so people can just download it, or whatever. I don't know what, all the Linux distros get me confused. So but yeah, so basically we just kind of go through the process of creating the project directory, right? So like it first like creates the how do I say, it creates the directory, right? So if you have like a Pong game, it creates the Pong directory to store everything inside, and then it moves all of the files that are currently in the asset directory over into the Pong directory. I do plan on making like a asset pack type of deal, but I just haven't gotten to that point yet. So right now I just copy all of the files just directly over to the new directory. So I just have like an abstraction over like the what is it called? The SD file system for C++. So this just makes a new directory, and then this just copies the files over. And then this, it just checks if things error out or whatever. And then let's see, copy project files into port. Yep, so the same thing. Oh yeah, and I think one of these is for the server, and then one of these is for the actual runtime game. And then copy runtime shared library. So this is just copying over like the DLLs that are required for the exe. Currently I only have like OpenAL. I think if I added, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I would have to add. Only if I do model loading, I might have to add a DLL, but I think that's only for importing and exporting, which is not relevant for the runtime. So for now, I think OpenAL is the only one I'm going to need. So you move over the DLL so these can interact with the exe. And then this will generate the server if applicable, right? And then this builds the runtime. So this just calls the build runtime executable. And then this just takes in like the export directory, and then whether you want to make a server or not. And then it, like I said before, so it literally just gets the directory of the MSVC compiler. In this case, just the 64-bit version, right? And then I just add a bunch of like command line prompts. This is just for like, how do I say? What is this for? It's like, I have a lot of different modules and things that are in the engine that are only relevant for the editor and are not relevant for the runtime. So these like flags that I put in here, they remove code that's not necessary for the runtime so that the binary becomes smaller. You know what I'm saying? And then we just call the actual MS build for the actual how do I say? So this gets the actual like console, and then this is the actual MS build command. So this is what actually like does the building, and then these are just all a bunch of options, right? This is just stuff you can find on the if you go to the Microsoft docs for like or not the Microsoft doc, the Visual Studio Microsoft docs. I think it's on the Microsoft website, but they have the information about how to do this and what each flag means. So you just specify each one for each scenario. I also log out like the information to like its own little log, and then you can just read like what's happening. Then this calls the actual system command, which I know ill, but I don't know. And then this moves the executable that you produce over to the correct directory, and then you get rid of any of the intermediates that were generated during this process. And then after that, let me just come back. Almost done after this. It's just you build the final executable and then successful. That's it. Yeah, it's been about a year and a half. I finished a CS degree, I think, earlier this year, and then during that time I took like a OpenGL class, like a graphics class, and then I think that was when I was like, okay, like I love graphics, right? So I was like, I want to do something with it. So I think after that point is when I started the engine. So yeah, I think about a year, maybe two years ago. But I think when I started working on this engine is probably a year ago. Yeah, I mean, like I want to see like an actual game. I don't want to be sitting here for years, because I know I always hear the horror stories of people being like, I've been working on my game engine for 15 years. It's almost ready. Yeah. So basically I have all the scripts, right? And then where is the function that I do that? Maybe I can just show you where that's at. I just gotta remember where I do that. I know it's in the scripting section, but I think it's in the script service. Let me see. Or is it in build scripts? Oh yeah, I needed. Why did I name it this? I don't know. Create script module. So that creates the module, and then let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what I wrote. Create script module, make the header file, sure, CP file, load in the module, and then you just realize the scripts and revalidate the script cache if that's relevant, right? Yeah, okay, I think I remember now. So basically, what happens is you open a script module, right? And then basically the script module is the C++ DLL, right? So in this process, we're going to close the existing scripting DLL and we're going to create the new one. And then when we create the new one, we're going to generate like just one header file and one CPP file. So when I go to the header file, I add all of the information I need from my engine up here. And then I add the definitions of each script here, right? And I think somewhere in here I do call compile for each file. Where is it? Oh yeah, compile script to file. So here I run through all of the all the scripts. I find them inside my engine, and then for each script in the registry I call compile, and then this runs over to the compiler, which does its whole thing. So this long and short of it just takes my scripting language and it turns it into C++. And then this just outputs C++. So I write all of these, all the C++ directly into the CPP file. And then after that's done, I'll have both my files. And then after that, I'll run it through the MSVC compiler. This time I'm going to use, I believe the CL command. And I directly use like the compiler, and I directly use like the linker command somewhere in here. Yeah, link. Here we go. But it's the same thing. So I just build it, and then that C++ DLL gets attached into the engine as like the current DLL, and then all of the current scripts get revalidated with the new script pointers, new function pointers, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, you know, like I kind of just do like one thing at a time, you know, just like, oh, it's, I honestly, I don't know. I mean, it works, you know what I mean? So if it works, you know. But yeah, I appreciate like the interest. Yeah, I've been working on this thing by myself for like a long time, so I feel like I've just been in my head writing this stuff for forever. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, next few months, I'll make Pong. Hopefully it'll be good. You never watched Steins Gate? It's great, dude. I mean, do you like how do I say? I wonder if I explain it if I'm gonna spoil it. I don't think I should. Like, if you're just asking, like, should I watch it? Yeah, definitely. It's really good. It's also pretty short too. So there's only 2 seasons, and then it's a pretty like solid ending. Yeah. It's time travel. Like, honestly, like, not to, if you don't want me to spoil it, like, just watch it. It's really good. Like, if you want to just take word for it, like, it's good. It's got a lot of stuff where it's like you know that the creator of the anime like knew what he was going to do from the beginning. So like there's a lot of Easter eggs in the show that like you don't get until later, and then when like you get to the ending, you're like, it's like, whoa, like your mind, it's like, it's crazy. Like, and then also there's visual novels. Like there's like a visual novel game that like the anime is based on, and if you ever get into those, like it's crazy. Especially the second one. The second game is crazy. But yeah, I won't say too much else about it if you're actually gonna watch it. Okay, I don't remember what I was doing, so... Okay, yeah, I was working on project components. Yeah, let me know. let me know how you feel. I will say the beginning does feel a little slow, so if you feel that way, like, yeah, it's understandable. It doesn't get, like, crazy, like, towards, like, the end of the first season, so... I would say if you get, like, 2/3 through it, and then, like, you're just not feeling it, then it just might not be for you. Because I get that same thing with, like, because I love Breaking Bad, you know, and I understand when people are like, I don't really like it. And I'm like, I get it. It's kind of slow in the beginning. Like it's exciting, but it's also like, I don't know, kind of feel like not much is going on. But I love Breaking Bad. Okay, so. Okay, yeah, so right now I'm just adding UI for these things, so if you want to know what I'm doing right now, like, let me see. So I'm working on these project components, and right now I'm trying to get rid of this class editor, which I hate. So this was kind of like a holdover from my previous scripting system, because I used to use C#. So I had like functions associated with each class, and then I had, and this is basically the system that the engine calls when it wants to get an OnUpdate, essentially. And then I have all the data. So I have my components. These essentially replace this, but I need to add like engine components to replace this, and this is garbage anyway, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Then I can get rid of this whole thing, and I can forget about it. So right now I'm just adding UI for the OnUpdate and OnCreate. So let me go see what I was doing with that. I think I was in scene editor panel. Where's that? And I was trying to initialize this. Here we go. Okay, I remember now. I haven't. It seems like a lot, but I always hear really good stuff about that series. You know, especially like everyone says like the first couple of episodes are great because he really builds out like kind of like the base layer of the engine like all himself. That sounds really cool, to be honest. But at this point, I kind of already have my like base layers done, so I might just go and check them out like if I'm trying to like figure out like a particular topic. Have you watched any? On updates. Underline remove. Okay, so this is to remove the components. That's fine. So this should display actually, I think. Oh no, I need to add it as an option. So this is available. Yeah, I already went through the entire like Cherno series, like getting this engine set up, you know. So I was kind of like, I already got my base. I already got my stuff set up. I don't know if I want to go through tutorial hell again. But you know what? If I did restart, I think that would be a good option. What am I trying to do? Oh, you know what? I need add components. If I go to add component and go find here. Okay, yeah. So I need to add an option for these two. Engine components. So these are engine components for sure. And then I want to do on updates. And this one's going to be OnCreate. And then I just need to make sure I provide these options and then I handle them in the corresponding code. So okay, if I select these and I select enter on confirm action. Okay, here it is. Sorry, I was getting confused. So then if I go over here, sorry if I'm not watching the chat. I'm a whatever that in a second. I'm just I feel like my brain's a little overloaded with this. Yeah, when I get, I tend to like if I don't focus in like immediately on something, I'll forget like immediately. You know what I mean? Let's see. On update, make a new label. And I need to not forget to do on create over here. Actually, I'll just leave this alone for now. And then on update. Okay, that's fine. Circle collider. What do I have an icon for this? Let me do icon function. What's wrong? Okay, I don't know. Hey, I appreciate it. I was looking for VTubers, like VTuber like avatars that were like simple. I was like, hey, it's a cat. I don't know. But he does go good in the thumbnails, I'm not gonna lie. What's this cat talking about engine development? That's why. So okay, so this part is essentially how do I say? I'm not really explaining it. So I have this is the widget where like I click and then it opens up like an add component dialog, and then these are all the options that are provided. And then once you confirm, like you click like, okay, I want this component. This is the logic that like will handle that. So I need to add that on both ends. So it's available on this side, and then here I need to make sure that I actually make the component, right? So on updates, scene editor, tree data. Yeah, that makes sense because I have an empty handle. Yeah, function icon looks right. So entity, yep. Current entry. What is the current entry again? Oh yeah, because I'm adding it to the current tree node. So, but where do I actually create the assets? Or actually create the, Oh, right here, add component. Okay, so I add it here, cool. And then I have it here. So this should work, I think. So let me just copy this, paste it, and then we'll do create. Okay, and then that should work, I think. Because now you're able to add them. There's no remove function because I commented that out, but it's fine. But it should show all of the relevant scripts. Yeah, okay, yeah. So this should be, I'm going to compile it. I got a few other people coming in here the other day talking about how they're making their own renderers. I was like, that's sick, man. Oh, I like that so many people are like working on it around here. I need to deal with this. It's ridiculous. Okay, anyway, so I should be able to add an update. There it is. Cool. So if I add like a please don't crash. So we have on update. Yep. Okay. Well, to be expected, I guess. Draw a single. Oh yeah, because I didn't override the thing. Yeah, sure. Like, what are you trying to draw? Updates. And then on create. Updates components and draw on create component. So this is another section of the editor panel I was working on. So these are the actual draw functions. So if I go into one of these, this is the actual like ending UI code that gets ran with the individual specs. Right, so it threw an error because it's like, what are you doing? What are you trying to draw? So I need to add these. These need to be a thing. How do I make them a thing? I don't know. That's how you make it a thing. That is how you make it a thing. That looks right, that looks right. Should probably get rid of this actually. Ooh, okay. Draw. Okay, so let me steal. I need you like that. And let's switch this all from camera to on update. There we go. So go here, that's fine. So on update components, yep. Collapsing header, on update header, yep. If it's expanded, sure. And then yeah, most of this code is irrelevant. So the only thing I need is on update select option, right? And I need to use my UI system. Picture UI service. What is it called? Select option? Yeah. And that should be it. Trying to think if there's any other edge cases I didn't think about. I guess I'll find out when I compile it. Let's see. Updates and creates. All right. gonna be right back. I'm gonna get some water. For another 2 minutes. Maybe 3. All right, I'll be right back. All right. Ready for no crash this time. Wow, okay, well, yeah. That's already defined. Oh, yeah, sure. Not exactly a crash, I guess. Alright, and I think if I complete this part, I can go ahead and... Oh wait, no, never mind. I thought I could check the box off, but I can't. Dang it. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see. Well, that's something. Definitely something. Yeah, I think I know why. Did not initialize it. Silly. Initialize. And updates. Where is this getting cold? I'm getting annoyed. No script asset is associated with handle 0. Returning an empty asset reference. No script asset is associated. Okay, let's see. Asset manager 87. No asset is associated with blank handle, returning an empty. Invalid script reference retrieved. Scene manager 563. Okay. Scene manager. Okay. 563. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Because it's trying to. Wait, but why is it calling? Why is it calling this one though? I get this one, but no script asset is associated with handle 0, returning an empty reference. Because we're trying to get the script, then that shouldn't be a warning though. Yeah, we can just passively just not worry about this, honestly. I don't even know why I put this in here. That's a bit annoying. So I can leave that out. And then I think on update's also gonna do the same thing, so let me deal with that as well. Here. Wait, nope. Update. Yeah, so don't do that. And don't do that. And the other thing is no script asset is associated with 0 handle, returning empty. Like, I get that, but like, I need to know that every time. So if I go to the asset manager, maybe I do. I guess I'll just comment it out. Put it to do. Maybe put back. Yeah, it doesn't seem like something that needs to be notified every time. You really should only have an if. That's tough, actually. No, I don't need the warning, actually. Because it's fine. Okay, that's what I was doing. You know, I need some of that, yeah. Some of that music. Oh, these compile times. Yeah, let's take a look at something else. Let's see. So on updates, on create, I want to add the rigid body ones too. I'll add those right after this. Okay, that's better. So this I'll deal with later. This is not too bad, but I don't have the mental capacity for that yet. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you see me on, you know, but I appreciate you coming by. Hope you have a good day. Okay. So let's see if that OnUpdate thing worked. So we're gonna go over here, 3 times the charm. Okay, here we go. OnUpdate, OnCreate. There we go. Nice. Okay, here's all the scripts. Sick. Got it. Alright, so we have our scripts available. Let's see if we can actually attach them. And then I'm not gonna hook up the backend for this yet. I need to rip out the old system before I can hook up the backend for this. But looks like you should be able to. Yep. Cool. So close application. On press on move right, move left, move down, move up. Yeah, that makes sense. You call that every frame. It's funny. I mean, I suppose you can if you want to, but we still have the global functions, and I don't provide class functions, which is good because I'm getting rid of this. Okay, so we're good. This works, right? So let me test the OnCreate as well. Okay, that's not working. I thought I added that. Maybe I didn't. Good thing I tested it then. Scene editor panel. I'm gonna check something. I'm gonna open up Twitch. You might hear the whoever is currently on Twitch. Okay, there we go. Close that. Open up my Twitch real quick. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm back. So let's go back here and let's make sure this gets initialized. It does. What is going on? Oh. Okay, this is just silly all around, actually. Okay. So no, this goes here. And then this goes here. And then here, we want to make sure that we initialize OnCreate. OnCreate. I don't know. Sorry. Updates to create. Okay, I think that's it. And you know what? I will get this working in a second. Just make sure everything here looks right. I don't think there really should be much of a difference. These do exactly the same thing, to be honest. It's just going to be on create. Yeah, I think that's fine. Probably mute when I'm eating loud ass crackers, sorry. Okay, so let's test it. Yes. Can I save it? I'm gonna realize you're gonna yell at me. Nope. Try the OnUpdate. See if the serializer yells at me. Okay. Save. Okay. Alright, last thing, let me just make sure it's serialized properly. So I'm gonna go into the scene file. And let me go ahead and find player 1. I do need to add like a control F for these things. I just haven't bothered yet. But this is getting annoying, not having control F. Bottom wall. I'm just gonna put it at the top then. This is ball. This is player 2. This is held internally as an unordered map, so whenever it gets spit out by the serializer, it's always like in a different order. Top wall, bottom wall. Is it really at the bottom? Is it because I just saved it? Is it not there? No. Wait, no. Hold on. I'll play once right here. Okay, I just missed it. Okay. Oof. Got scared for a second. Okay, so we have OnCreate. And then where's the OnUpdates? I mean, yeah, where's the OnUpdate? Oh, there it is. So it's way up here. Cool. We have 2 for some reason. Why do we have 2? Yeah, wait, why do we have 2? What? I do not get that. Why do we have 2? Oh, that's gonna bother me. Why do we have 2? Are we duplicating other things too? Why are we serializing twice? This has always been a thing and I've just never noticed. Not good. No, these are fine. So why is this one doing it? If you don't know what I'm talking about, like this OnCreate here, there's another one right here for some reason. And these are the same entity, so. Unless, no. Wait, yeah, wait, what? Oh no, wait, this is part of the oh, okay, I see. Okay, no, I get it. Why do I do that? It's so silly. Okay, I think that's because the class component serializes this flat into the serializer like this. The OnUpdate. Wait, but that doesn't make any sense because then no, I don't serialize it. No, wait, no, never mind. I'm just making stuff up. Yeah, why is this doing this? There's gotta be I must have duplicated it somewhere in the serializer. That's the only explanation. Let me go to Theme Manager. And see what's going on. So we want serialized, so serialized scene, which in turn serializes all of its entities, so that's where I want to be. So OnCreate, sure. Please don't tell me I'm doing a second OnCreate. I am. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm doing me. Oh my. Oh wait, no. Oh no, it's a Drake song. Oh god. Never mind. Okay, well that was easy. So let me think where we're at now. So we have the OnCreate components. That's everything seems like it's working. I think the only thing left is to make sure that I can actually delete them. So right now, I don't think I can delete components or delete these two components. So I need to add that functionality. After that, I just need to add the what is it called? Whoa. Okay. So I'll make this a separate step. So this one. Right, and then to on the rigid body. Right. So this looks like we're pretty much done. I got one last thing to do, and then the other part is just I need to get those other two function pointers from the class instance so set over. So those last two are the PhysicsCollisionStart and end functions or scripts or whatever you want to call them. Whoa. Get components. Wait. Wait, what? Hold on. I get that we're in the scene manager. And we're deserializing the OnUpdate component. We get OnUpdate. And then we try to get an OnUpdate component for the... Okay, so I don't see the issue. Okay, I knew it. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Sorry. I copied wait, on copy and paste code. This code gets the component, and the transform component is always implicitly added to an entity because every entity has a transform component by default, right? So I don't need to add a component for this one. For this one, every entity does not necessarily have an update component, so I have to add it. Okay, there we go. That was a doy on my end. I'm surprised they didn't throw an error earlier, but I guess I had not serialized them prior to this, so I guess that makes sense. Alrighty, so oh wait, I know what's happening. So many things, man. So I need to go back to the scene editor panel. One last thing. I am adding them properly whenever I like add a new component, but I'm not displaying them when I initialize the scene. So I need to go here, and then I need to add these here. So this will be for a... Why do I have two circle? Did I paste them twice? Oh, I did. I did. Okay. I thought I was tripping for a second. Like, what is going on? Okay, so 2. Ooh, that'll scare me. Okay. So, it's going to be an OnCreate component. And then an OnUpdate components. Updates. And OnCreate. And that should be fine. Okay, let's try that again. And by the way, so this again, this is the initialization of the scene graph, like the tree itself, right? So I just forgot to add this initialization code as well. There's some refactoring I could do with this, but I don't feel like it, so I'm not going to. It's not hurting anyone the way it's structured right now. Okay, so player 1. What? Did I not save it? Okay, well that should have worked. No, it does have the components, just not displaying them for some reason. That's weird. Oh no, this is the wrong area. This is for add a component. What about okay, no, this is the one I was just talking about, isn't it? Okay, that's where they were duplicated. I was like, why were they duplicated? Okay, so here's where I'm supposed to add it, and then it'll work. My bad. So shape. Shape. OnCreate. Okay, so OnCreate, empty. I do want the icon to be a function. Just to be clear, be OnCreate with a space. This should be the same. This is fine. This is fine, and then this is how this all works. So that's fine. Okay. So then so we go here, switch out creates with updates. Update ref. Okay. My little cat avatar is having a whole conversation with himself, isn't he? Let's let him be. Continue your conversation, cat. I mean me. Okay, finally. Jeez. Okay. So we can see it when it pop up. We can edit it. Currently it's none for some reason. Could have sworn I selected an option before. But that's fine. Let's try it again. So I selected it. Save. And let's go to the scene and open this one again. Okay, cool. Looks like it's working now. Alright, so now finally the last thing is I need to get this to work, because right now it does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. So let's get this to do something, and then we should be done. So, how do I add that again? I think initialize on updates. Yeah, there we go. So let's uncomment this code and see what we can do with it. Okay, mission is selected the whole thing. Let's do this. Fix, please. Sure. Why not? Okay, so we get the okay, so when we call remove component, right, this spec, right, this function is called, right? So then this is submitted to the main thread, which means it's not processed right now, because if I process it right now with the rendering going on, how do I say? If you're iterating through like a for loop and you say create or delete a new object in the middle of the for loop, it invalidates the for loop. And potentially if you reallocate the for loop, or if the underlying memory decides it needs to reallocate, then all of the iterators that you currently use become invalidated and you get a really nasty crash. So to avoid that, I just take these types of like create, update, or create and delete type of functions, and then I just chuck them into the top of my OnUpdate thread, or my run thread. So that way, after the loop is done, it'll come up to the top and then it'll say, oh, okay, I need to deal with this now, right? So that's what this is doing. So inside of here, we get the entity. So we get the current selected entity, whatever the current one is, because if we click on remove, it can be assumed that if you're clicking on remove on the UI, then that entity is currently selected. We check if the component is, what was it? What am I doing? Updates component. Yeah, there we go. We check if on update component. And then this code, I changed it at some point. So I have a new way of doing this, and I might try the new way instead of doing this. Because what this is doing, it retrieves the inner data structure of the scene hierarchy tree, the one that, the main tree that you see at the top. And then I iterate through it myself, right? When what I should be doing is just calling the function, and it looks like calling the function just directly on the tree. So scene hierarchy tree, and I added this function recently where you can was it edit depth? Yeah, it's edit depth. There we go. So this function essentially, it takes in a lambda and it takes in a depth, right? So you can think of a depth as like, if you have a tree, if you have the tree, right, like the first layer of it, be a better demonstration will be right here. So I have entity, 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 right? And then this entity has like a transform. This one has a rigid body. Right, so you can kind of think of this first part as the first layer, like this entity, and this entity is the first layer, and then this, and if I put another one over here, this, and this, all three of these are in the second layer. And then if I add like more information, like if I recursed in further, I could, I don't know, add like a, this doesn't exist, but like this would be the third layer, like potentially, right? So we're searching through, I believe, the first depth of it. So we're going through, yeah, so this gets all the entry, like the initial layer of entries, and then we're doing this to them. So instead of grabbing the data directly from here, I can just call this function, which will essentially do the same thing, but it's a lot easier to read, I guess. So let's see, we'll do this, and the depth is going to be 0. So I could just leave it 0, but I'll make it explicit. And then the other thing is this function needs to be a Cardano editor UI. It needs to have a tree entry. So editor UI tree entry, prints entry. There we go. And now what happens, we'll call this function for every single entry at that depth. And then we can do whatever we want with it. So this is exactly the same as this. And actually here I do want to reference because I want to use this entity. And this entity is still available, so this is fine. Because we haven't closed this call stack yet. We haven't closed the stack frame yet. So this memory should still be available inside this lambda. So I think I can just... Right. I mean, I don't see why not. Feels like I effectively just did nothing, but... Wait, break. Why are we breaking? Breaking instead of what? Oh, because originally we were doing a for loop. But in this case, the for loop is managed for us. We don't have to do that. So we remove entry. Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait a second. Maybe the original one was easier. Maybe the original one was easier. Because... Wait. No. What are we for looping through? How did this work in the first place? Actually, hold on. Let me copy this for a second. Go back. So we're going through for loop through the tree entries and get each entry. Right. And somehow we're removing each entry like as we go. How does that work? This should not work. I don't know why this works. Well, if what? If this does currently work, no, and then this is a reference, so it's not like I'm making a copy of these. I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna try this. Let's see if this works. I feel like it should not work, but apparently it works, so I mean, oh wait, no, I know why this works. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I know why this works. Okay. Okay, but yeah, this is dangerous. I don't like this. So the reason this works is because we're only editing one of them. So we're editing out one of them, like in the original way, and then we're early outing. So we exit it, and then we don't need to use the for loop anymore. We just break out of the for loop and then call it a day. So that's why we don't have an issue. But in this case, we're still gonna run through the rest of the for loop, which is a little less performant, but whatever. This is a editor UI thing. So in this case, I can't do this. What I need to do is store the path like separately, right? So to path to delete, and then I don't need to do this. This is just a stack variable, so whatever. Okay. This is still valid. This is still valid. This is going by reference, so we should still have access to it. If I do path to delete, and then this should not be a class instance. This should not be a class instance. This should be an OnUpdate. Otherwise, this is the same. Okay, and then this. Path to delete. Path to delete. And then just move this outside the loop. Is that how this works? So we get each entity, and then for all of its sub entries, we find the path to delete. Yeah, and this only occurs here. So we look through entity, find the entity, get all the sub entries, find the correct components to delete in the second layer, and then this is just an alert saying, okay, like I couldn't find the component inside specified entry. That'd be kind of confusing, but I'll just do a assert here. KG asserts that path to delete. I don't know if I have an overload for a boolean here. I think I do have a boolean overload for this type. How do you say? I do have a, okay, that's a quality operator. No, I do have a boolean overload. Okay, cool. So we assert that the path is valid, and then we go ahead and remove it. And the only case where the path would not be invalid is if I messed up. So that makes sense to be an assert. Yeah, okay. So I think this is fine. So I think I can just take this. Where do I stop? I stop here. There we go. On updates. Why? Okay, there we go. You know, it does that. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So, update. Create. Cool, cool, cool. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Go. Let's try it. I feel like I low-key made this more complicated, but yeah, whatever. Okay. So, moment of truth, moment of truth, moment of truth. Cool. Yep. Perfect. Why is it not deserializing it though? Because I swore I could have swore I set this to something. But open it back up. Are we not deserializing something? Yeah, what's going on? I mean, the deletion worked. The remove component works, so that's good, but are we nuts? Okay, what is going on? So weird. What's going on inside of the file itself? Okay, so they're serializing as 0 currently. So if I edit it and make it this, and I edit this and make it this, and then I save this, and I don't have a file watcher or anything yet, so I just have to open it back up. Left wall, right wall, wall, yep. Player 1, okay. So we're not serializing the handle for some reason. So I'm assuming if that's the case, then if I load in the scene again, it stays the same because... What does it say the same actually? I don't know. That should get revalidated actually. Yeah, why is it the same? Oh, duh. Duh. Okay. I know now. Because I'm never even setting it in the first place. Like, what? I need to set it to use it. Okay. So of course it's not being updated because I never set it. The only times I ever set it is when I actually change it in the UI and then it gets reflected there. But it's not being set from the actual backend at any point, so it's just reflecting what it knows. Okay, I get it now. So, and that's why it stays the same between scenes, because the scenes don't change it at all. Right. Okay. So, all I need to do is head over to, and well, what example do I want to use? I guess the class instance. Not the initialize, I want the draw function. Okay, here we go. So this one does this collapsing header if expanded, right? But the thing is, every frame, it's getting the components. And then... Actually, is this even updating it? What's going on? I don't even think this is updating it. Wait, how did this work in the first place, actually? Okay. Ooh, okay. Dang. I'm gonna take about like a 10-minute break. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a BRB up. I think I gotta sit for a bit and think. But I will be back. And the remainder of this stream, I think I'm just going to finish up doing this. Get these two things working. And then once these are done, I'm going to come back and then I think I'll start removing the class instance. That's the next thing I'll do. And I think once that's done, there's a few little housekeeping things to do, but I'm pretty much done with the components, and then I can start working on AI. That'd be nice. So yeah, I'll be back though. Okay, I'm back. I think my mind is a little clearer, maybe. Yeah, no, I totally forgot what I was doing, but we can find out what is it. Oh yeah, okay, so we're doing on updates, on create, and the engine components, and I think the last thing I was doing was everything was done. It's just there was some errors with the serializer, and it was because I'm not updating. I'm not providing. Okay, yeah, no, I remember now. I'm not providing the information here, and I was kind of surprised that this doesn't. Like, I was how do I say? Oh yeah. Okay, so we're not loading in the component, and we're not updating this option every frame. So since we're not updating this option every frame, then it never we're not updating the script every frame, so it's never getting reflected. So if I go to where we're actually working on draw on update. So in this case, we have the component, but then we're not updating it. So all we need to do is just go here and then do select on updates. Oops. Or maybe don't do that because I do it in the initialization code and it gets serialized. Okay, wait. So if I go to the let me just go back to the header file. Let's see. So if I go to the initialization code for the class instance, I'm assuming initialization code. There we go. So if I go to the initialization code, I believe I should see somewhere that the current, oh no, the current option is empty. Wait, so when does it get set? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Wait, how does this even work? Why does this work? This engine just perplexes me, man. Maybe I do at the end? No, why would I put that there? There's no reason. Okay, yeah, no, yeah, I am perplexed. Draw class instance component. So we get the component. Do we even use it? We don't even use it here at all. We update it, and then it updates in the thing, but then we never set it to begin with. So wait. I want to take a look at the class instance component. I want to see what's going on with that, because that's weird. Because if there's a way for me to not have to update it's every single frame, I'll do that instead. I go to player 1, and I go to its class instance component. Wait, what? Where is... What happened to class instance? Did I get rid of it? Oh, did I completely just get rid of it at this point? Oh, okay. Well, interesting. When did I do that? Okay, well, I mean, that's fine. That's fine, because I'm already sort of tired of class instance anyways. So... Okay, so I just have to figure out how I'm going to, deal with this OnUpdate and get the entity data from the scene into the UI. That's the main thing I need to do right now, so I need to figure that out. So we have the component here. The component does contain the handle. So maybe I just need to provide it as an option. Now, do I want to do it every frame? I suppose so. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I'll just do it. So select OnUpdate script, right? And let me just check how I initialize this. So when I go through these, I add them like this. So it's either like this or like this. So let me copy both of these. Get rid of this one. Let's go back to what I was doing. And I don't love this, but I suppose it is what it is. So I will say select select OnUpdate update scripts dot current option equal to, and then based on whether the component OnUpdate script handle is equal to assets empty handle. So we're checking whether it is a valid handle. If it is empty, then we're going to return this. And otherwise, and then go ahead and bring this down with the turning operator. And then we're just going to, so if it is valid, like it's not empty, then we need to return this thing. And then I think we're good. And I don't know why it's not working. Let's see. So then I can get rid of these, right? Correct an expression. Oh, because it's okay. Yeah. So what is this again? This is editor UI option entry. So I'm gonna do editor UI option entry, and then we'll just do a normal constructor. And since it should take these arguments, so that should be fine. And then we just get rid of this and put what's here. And I think that should, okay, why not? What's going on? Expected a colon, what do you mean? Script. Oh, we need the script available. Okay, so assets, asset service, get scripts. And the script you want to get is component dot handle. And this is equal to ref to scripting script. And that should know what that is. And then the handle will be this. I don't know why it's still not cool with it. No suitable conversion from SD string to asset handle exists. Huh? So am I supposed to put the handle first? Is that why? I don't have an override for this. Hold on. Wraps. I have a utility function like specifically for this. I think I do like script to string. What? Maybe this one. Yeah, okay, that's yeah. Script to string. Okay, so and then it just takes in a ref, right? Yeah, it takes in a ref. Okay, cool. So instead of doing all this madness, because I can't read, we'll do this and then just pass in the script. And this is passing a lot of things, but I'm gonna get rid of this. And then handle. Too many initializer values. What do you mean? Okay, here we go. Okay, I was getting so lost for a second, so have these out a bit. Okay, so if asset handle is empty, or sorry, if this is empty, then just make this the option. And otherwise do this. Okay. So then I'm just gonna grab this. Do the same thing for OnCreate. And I don't love this system, honestly. I will change it later. I just need to think of a good way to do this. So I guess that's most parts of the engine, right? Updates, great. Hopefully that figures it out. Okay, now create script handle. Yeah. I don't understand the issue with that one. Okay, you know, that's fine. Okay, so that should work. Ooh. Okay, so I haven't set it. It's not set inside of the let's... Okay, so am I not setting it? Can you on-confirm? Because I know this is overwriting it, but if I do like an on-confirm, it should edit it. So let me see. Select yes. Script, yep. Pop-up action. Wait, did I never specify like an on-confirm? Well, that would explain it. What? Well, yeah. That would explain that. I can't believe I didn't do it on confirm though. What? Const editor UI option entry. Const editor, nope. Editor UI option entry reference entry. Okay. I think that should be fine. Okay, and then what do I need to do with this? Let me add some pseudocode. So, check for null state, or sorry, check for empty entity, I guess. Or I never say that. If valid. That's component now. Well, I guess I set it for both of them. Entity entry for a valid entry. For a valid entry. And update if applicable. Okay, and let me see if I can yoink some other code that I did. I'm surprised. Okay, no, this is. I'm surprised these work though. Maybe I didn't copy over and on-confirm. Well, anyways, this is basically the workflow for that, so I'll just paste it right here. So it's like camera components. Actually, I'll just switch now. So camera will do OnUpdate. Okay, and there's no such thing as an FOV, right? So we got the component, we have the component, and now we want to modify the component. So I don't love these autos. I'm gonna do ECS on updates components. It's a bit more clear. And then we're gonna do component dot on update script handle. Okay, well, we can check for null state first. So let's put this up here. And then this is assuming that the component is valid. I believe I did start. So if entry handle equal to assets empty handle, then components dot on update script handle is equal to assets, empty script, the handle, and then components on update scripts is equal to nullifier. Now, if it is valid, what is wrong with this? Oh, okay, cool. Is equal to entry.handle. Nope, readers glitching out. Equal to entry.handle. Here we go. And then the script will be equal to assets service scripts, and we just provide the handle. And I believe that is it. Okay, well, no wonder they weren't changing. Yeah. I don't know, kind of makes more sense. So oh, UI code. It's all over the place. Okay, so this doesn't even exist for OnUpdate, so let's go ahead and do that. So why these two options are so identical. Do that in reverse, didn't I did that in reverse. Okay, here we go. Okay. Which moment of truth is this? Which moment of truth is this? This is like the 4th or 5th time. I have a good feeling about this one though. I think this will be it. Okay. So we make the player 1 on update, and then currently change it to move up, change OnCreate to move left, I guess. It's not working for some reason. Okay. Okay. I don't know why. Hold on. Why is it not changing? This is the confirm action. Because for some reason this one stayed up. Why? Wait, what? Oh, okay. What am I doing? Okay, create. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right. 6th time is a charm. Yep. Perfect. Let's see. This is player 1. Player 1's below player 2 for some reason. Yes. Yes. Okay, success. Alright. So the final test. Let's go ahead and reload this. It looks fine to me. Let's close it. Open it back up. And let's see. Small fingers. Yep, there we go. Perfect. That worked. And I hate these classifications right here. I'm gonna get rid of them in a second, but you can please delete. Nope. Error. What? I was so close. It's because we left this in here for some reason. Creates components. And then on the initialize OnCreate, I believe initialize OnUpdate is above. Yep, for some reason we're doing this. I don't know how that got through, but sure. I feel like the stream has to be a lesson of like, why not the copy and paste code all the time? They're gonna put me on the wall of shame. Okay, try this again. There we go. Perfect. 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 And then I can go ahead and add them. OnCreate. Null. Sure. Move right. Over here. Save it. Okay. Open the scene again. Layer 1. Let's check. Still there. No update. No one update. We are good. So I can successfully add a few more chins to this guy. Ooh, okay. So this is the last thing I'm gonna do before I finish up the stream for today. I'm gonna come back on later, but I'm gonna take a break and probably chop up the video for this one. So yeah, right now I'm gonna finish doing this though, because I want to be done with this. And this should not be nearly as hard as those other two. Because I don't need to make new components or anything. And I've already dealt with the serialization and deserialization of it. So again, it's just the UI. And I don't need to deal with adding new components to the UI. So 75% of the code I just wrote is not applicable. So yeah, let's do it. So all I gotta do is go to the header file, and this time we're going to add the rigid body section. If I can find it. Okay. We're going to add two option selectors. So the first one is going to be, and they're very similar to what I just wrote, so I'll just go ahead and copy this over. So select rigid body 2D. Collision start script was a long ass identifier. Oh. Maybe let's no, I think it's necessary, yeah. I mean, to be specific, since I'm not trying to clash names with all these, so I guess that's fine. Alright, so we provide these, so now we need to initialize these. So let's go find out where we initialize these. That'd be in the rigid body section, and not the draw one. In the initialize section. And I think the code for this is going to be pretty much a copy and paste job from the OnUpdate. So just yoink this. Let's get yoinked. And then we're going to do this. And then everywhere where I see... Wait, no. I want to read that. So, everywhere there's an OnUpdate, we're going to switch with... what do I call this? I'll just say collision end, I guess, for now. Collision start. So we do collision start. That's gonna break some things for sure. So this is not called this. This is called this. This goes over here as well. Okay. This one. We're good after that. Okay. So the next thing is OnPhysicsCollisionStart. Yep, indented. Yep, and then I believe the I gotta remember what the definitions for these are. I think I can go find out. I can find out. So I think in the header file we have one for on handle the physics. Really should rename this. This is the start. This is the start. So okay, and then I provide two options because I have one that uses a class instance, and the other one. Or wait, oh, no, that's not the distinction. These two exist because of like the way I handle collisions, I guess. This is like the backend, how I handle collisions. Well, not the actual collision code, but how I call these functions that are associated based on these events, the data in these events. But it looks like this is the function type. So bool uint. And that's the only type. So if you have a collision, you're providing an entity, and then you're providing the other entity. So those are the two uints. So, and it's a bool because of the way I need to treat this. So let me get rid of this. It's this one. Yeah, that's right. And then, you know, while I'm over there, Well, I still have that one open. Let me just make sure that this is the same. Yeah, this is the same. So should be fine. Okay, so that's a type. This looks fine. You know, I should just go ahead and get rid of this now while I have the chance. And then I'm gonna do a script to string. I'm gonna provide the current scripts so I can actually use the API I provided for myself. Okay. So this is now the initialization for this UI. And last thing is to make sure that when call on confirm, we process the data correctly. So this is going to be your rigid body 3D component. Yep. There we go. This will still handle the same, it's just the component's going to treat the name differently. So it's going to be on start, I think that's what I'm working with. So start handle, just a different name, there we go. And then on collision, start script is equal to null pointer, sure. And then it's the same code except we're going to provide the handle, and then we're going to get the actual script itself. So we're going to query the asset service and get the active script. And then I think that's it for there. Trying to see if there's anything else I'm missing. Let's switch over here. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, I can just take this. Start. End. So OnPhysicsCollisionStart, sure. Yeah, I remember I confirmed it was the same type, so it should be fine. Why is this throwing an error? Is this throwing an error too? What's going on? Too few arguments function call. Oh, wait a second. Because I think there's like a more specific... Okay, yeah, because then I have to provide the label in this case. Okay, so maybe I don't mess with this. Maybe I don't mess with how I wrote it before. It might be a good idea. What's your OnUpdate? Let's see what I did again. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, I'm gonna do a big refactor of this anyway soon, so go ahead and rip everything out and switch it over to a more uniform system. But yeah, I think that'll work. The only thing is this is now select a rigid body part. Everything else is identical. Then we go over to library info. Oh, here we go. And then just want to do it for the end. I think there's nothing specific here. Yep. Okay, I think that's fine. So we initialize it, and then now we just want to draw it, right? We need to actually see it. So let's go back to the header file. All right, and then we're gonna add not adding any draw functions. We're just gonna head over to the OnUpdate since I just made this. Just yoink that. And then we're gonna go to the rigid body 2D. And really all I'm gonna do is just paste this here. And positions. Okay. And then just need to read through this. Starts. Gotta be more specific this time. Gonna be lens. This one. Option is equal to for the handle. This goes over here as well. This goes, nope, this goes right here. I think everything here is now not on update and is now collision. Yep. So now we just take this. I don't know why it's still grayed out, but I'm just gonna pray that has nothing to do with how I wrote it. Start to end. Okay, and then, ooh, I think that's it. Okay, I'm gonna go walk around for a bit. I'll be right back. I'll wait for it to compile. Okay, that's faster than I thought. Okay, so let's go find a rigid body. We got one over here. Okay, looks like it's displaying correctly. So, yeah, this makes sense. These are the only ones that would have this type of definition. Okay, let's make sure it saves. This is the player, right? It's the player. I believe delete already works for this, so okay. Well, let me test one thing at a time, right? One thing at a time. So let's go to the scenes, and then we're going to player 1. Going to the rigid body, and yep, that looks like handles to me. So cool. All right, so let's reopen the scene. I just love how it jumbles everything. Yep, they're still there. OnCreate is still there. Yep, told you. This part is gonna be a lot easier. It's the adding new components part that is a big headache. So now I'm just thinking, I think I'm done. The only other thing that I need from the class instance is maybe a tag, like a group tag, because I reference entities that are within a specific class by name, right? So I still need that functionality, and generally speaking, I would need that functionality like regardless, because you want to be able to get groups of entities all at once, right? So I was watching someone else's like they were working on their engine, and I saw that they had their tag component, and inside their tag component they have a group component, or like a group field, and I really like that, so I think I'm gonna steal that. So, and that's nice because it enforces everything to be in a group. However, it's kind of like a passive thing. Like you can, everything will be like placed into like a default group if you don't specify it. But if you do want to specify, you can specify it, and then do with it what you want, right? Just wondering if I want to do this right now. You know what? I think I will. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Really, I just need to add a group label right here. And that's it. So first thing is change the actual data. So I need to go to the engine components. I need to go to add a component, and then I know this is like heat memory, these strings. I'll deal with that if I start getting performance issues, but for now, whatever. It can stay in the heat. By default, it shouldn't have any tag. And you know what? I'm just going to leave it empty if you don't specify a group either. Make it easy. So if I call this, you can still specify a tag by itself, but then it just won't have the group initialized. That's fine. I suppose I could add one where like that, yeah. And I think that's it. So now that we have the data, I don't need to update the component or anything. So I just need to modify how I deal with that in the scene serializer. So let me go to the scene manager. I spelled that wrong, didn't I? Scene manager. There we go. Serialize asset, which means we're serializing a scene. And when we serialize a scene, we serialize an entity. Okay, and we serialize an entity, we're going to serialize its components, which is the group. Oh, here I do this. So, you know, we're gonna do tag component. ATS tag components. And then here we're gonna want tag dot tag. And whatever API. Tag dot group. Okay. And I need to wait to add the group one because I need to save it first. And yes, so yeah, I need to save it first. So let me open it up, save it, and then I'll close it. In this case, I need to be careful. Because every entity in every scene has a tag component. So I need to update all the scenes. I only really have 2 that I care about. The other scene is just like a test scene, but I can get rid of that because it's kind of in the way at this point. And I got a cat meowing. Let's see. You okay, kitty? You ready to jump? Almost. You got it. Come on. Yeah, careful. I'm ready to get it. Jump. Why don't you lay down? Now it's you, kitty. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's still compiling. Okay, so I want to save all of these, and then in the scenes, I don't have a proper way to delete scenes, do I? Yeah, I'll go ahead and delete the file, and then I gotta go into the registry and deal with that in a second, but we'll go to the main menu. Let me save this. So that if I open the file, I should see empty group tag. Perfect. Okay. And then one last thing, since I don't have a proper way to delete scenes, I have to manage it myself, which means, yeah, this is ridiculous. I do need to get like a proper API for CRUD operations. I already set it up in the back end, but it just needs to get enforced in the front end. So I need to find this project. Okay, and then I just get rid of this new scene. And we should be good. Okay, cool. I gotta remind myself to push that project too before I lose all my progress. Okay, so now we serialize them, so now we need to deserialize them. So let's go back to the scene manager and let's go down to deserialize. Let's head down and then okay, so I don't treat tag component like I do the rest of them, which maybe I should. I think this is a holdover from when Cherno made this. I don't think I refactored this particular part. So I think after this, I'm gonna want it's a tag node. It's here. The YAML node. I don't know these autos everywhere. Okay, so now we want to get the tag component, right? So on the reference, no, I was about to do that again. Tag component reference. This tag component is equal to the serialized entity dot get components. And it's a get because they're always initialized with tag component. ECS tag. Okay, then tag comp dot group is equal to tag node. As SD string. Alright, so now we have the group as an SD string, so that's cool. And I think that's it for deserialization. So now if I serialize, and deserialize on the back end, it should work. So I think the only last holdout at this point is just providing the UI for it, which really should just be a copy and paste job. And then we should be good. So let me go to the scene editor panel. And then we just need to go to the initialized tag components. We have tag label. And we're just going to replace the current API with, or adding root to it, I guess. Yeah. Tag components. So on confirm, we get the component, which is always valid. I still like to have things more explicit, but get everything every time. But yeah, this is fine. Component dot group is equal to tag group edit. And then I don't need to edit this. This is only necessary for this. Since if we change the name of the tag component, we need to make sure that's reflected in the scene graph tree, right? Well, we don't need to do that, so it's just a group identifier. So now we have this, and then now we need to do draw tag components, and then here, all we gotta do is just group edits, and then make sure that we're updating this every time. Group edits, dot group, and you know what? I think we're done. And let me add this. Group. Label. Entity title. Sorry, I'm gonna do this one, a few chins, and this one with one chin. I'm not sure yet, but well, maybe I shouldn't say anything. Let's see, and I'll be right back while it's compiling. Okay, alright, I'm gonna cross my fingers. Yep, nothing here, because there shouldn't be. This is player, right? I think that's fine. So save it. And then let me go to the scenes and reopen it. There. It's like random group. Save. Open main menu, open the scene. Look at the phone every time. Random group. Okay. I think I'm done. So essentially, we copied all the functionality from this. We separated out into its own sections, right? So now we have an OnUpdate, a separate component. OnCreate is a separate component. And we have OnCollisionStart and OnCollisionEnd, which is only relevant if you have a rigid body component. So we do have all these now. I can add separate components to add custom data. This is irrelevant. And if I want to identify a particular class, but now I call it group, then I can just use the name from the group. But this is what I used to use originally. So I do now technically have all the functionality I need. And the next thing on the list is to actually remove the class asset and then replace the functionality with the project component. Like properly do it this time. So I'll do that in the next stream. But I think I made a lot of progress today, or for the stream. Yeah, if anyone's watching right now, I'm gonna be back on probably in a few hours. I'm gonna chop up this video. My last video that I posted for the stream, I didn't chop it up, and I think that's a bad idea. I think I need to chop it up a little bit so it's a bit easier to read through and allow all the section labels and everything. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take a break for a bit, and then I'll come back in a few hours. So if anyone's here, thank you for staying. Hope you have a good day. Bye.